Okay, see Lindelof videos. Polar to rectangular coordinates, the conversion. So this is the second video I'm doing on this. I think that we can get this thing well in hand. So a couple things we need to know. When we have polar coordinates, so here's a polar coordinate. What we have is r, and then we have the theta value. The r value is the directed distance, and I actually did a video describing how this actually works and what this actually means. This video is not meant to do that. This is meant to be a little bit more practical. So the second value is the theta or angular value. So this is what we have. This is what they've given us. The other things that you need to know is this. When we're converting from polar to rectangular, we can assume that the x value will be the directed distance, r, times cosine of our theta value. And now, of course, we're going to need a y value, right? And that y value, this works out really good, doesn't it, is r times sine of theta. So directed distance times our angular cosine of our angular value. This works out great. So here's r. So look, let's just fill in the blanks here. X is equal to r, which is right here, is r, is square root 3. This is just formulaic. Cosine of what? Pi sixth. This does get a little bit crappy because here you actually have to go back through this and you're like, okay, what's cosine of pi sixth? Well, how would I know that? Hopefully you have it memorized, but if you don't, you go to your unit circle, and here is pi sixth, and cosine of pi sixth, right? Remember, on the unit circle, the x value is the cosine value, and the y value is the sine value. And you know, while we're here, we're going to need this one too. So we have square root 3 over 2 and 1/2. So let's go back to our work. Right? Go back to our work, and we said that we have, and we found out that cosine of pi sixth is square root 3 over 2, isn't it? And we also found out while we were there that we knew that the r, the directed distance, was square root 3, but we also found out that sine of pi sixth, which is what we're interested in, right? Pi sixth. Sine of pi sixth is 1/2, right? I'm going to do a little bit of work here. Remember, we need an x and y value. Square root 3 times square root 3 is square root 9, right, over 2. And square root 3 times 1/2 is square root 3 over 2. Do you have to simplify this? I would say so. Square root, the principal root of 9 is 3, so you get 3/2 is the x value, and the y value is square root 3 over 2. So I hope this is really helpful. I think it's really doable if you remember kind of these three key ingredients. One, that a polar point looks like this, has the r value and the theta value, where this is directed distance. And then if you remember, secondly, that these two things are formulaic to your answer. So you got to just memorize these two things. And thirdly, and maybe most importantly, is that you either have to memorize the unit circle or have access to it. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please.